Hello everyone, welcome to the end of 2015. It's been a great year for gaming. I've played a lot of great games and I thought I'd share with you guys my top 5 games that I played this year. Now, just before we get started, I want to emphasize that this is just my opinion and these are just my favorite games of the year, and also that there are lots of great games that came out this year that I may not have played, so that might be a reason that they're not on this list. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's get started. Number 5. Splatoon. This third-person online shooter squid simulator came out for the Wii U earlier this year, and it is just pure fun. Tons of different and unique weapons to fit whatever kind of style you want to play. And with tons of new weapons and new maps being updated since launch, I still play it whenever new weapons or new maps come out just because it's so much fun. If you own a Wii U, this game is a must-have. Number 4. Undertale. Well, I have to admit, I haven't actually beat the game yet. It just seems to be getting better and better the more I play it. Unique combat, engaging story, really funny dialogue, and of course, puzzles. This game has everything you want from an RPG. You should definitely pick up this game and give it a try. Even if you don't like it, it's only like $10 on Steam, and I'm sure with like one of the Steam sales you get it for a lot less than that. So it's not like you're gonna suddenly be broke after you buy it or feel like you've wasted your money. And if you do think that it wasn't worth it, then you have horrible taste in video games. Number 3. Witcher 3. I'm not really sure what to say about this game. If you've played the other two, it's sort of like that, except times 100. The world is huge, there's tons of items and upgrades, there's huge monsters to fight. The amount of just sheer content in this game is absolutely ridiculous. If you asked me 10 years ago what I thought video games were going to be like now, Witcher 3 is probably what I would almost exactly describe. This game was the first game that I've played that really made me feel like, okay, this is the next gen stuff now. And you couldn't see it, but I was doing like air quotes with the next gen thing. So good job on you developers, I can't wait to play the next one. Number 2. Pillars of Eternity. This game kind of caught me off guard this year. I didn't even know it existed until about a month after it had come out. This is the game I've been hoping for since Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2. Is it as good as Baldur's Gate, you might ask? Probably not, I'd say, but it is finally giving me hope that the isometric RPG is going to make a huge comeback. And with the success of this game, hopefully they'll make another one. I know they've already started doing some DLC, and maybe some other companies will say, hey, like, this is what people want to play, instead of this Dragon Age bullshit that we get. And I'll admit that this game probably isn't for everyone, but if you like RPGs or isometric RPGs, or even just a little bit liked playing Baldur's Gate, you have to get this game. Number 1. Life is Strange. Now, not only is this my favorite game of the year, this is probably one of my favorite games of all time, at least in my top 5, I think. The story, the characters, the dialogue, you can control time itself. Everything about this game is just next to perfect. Unlike all the other games in this list, this game is more based around the story, not so much the gameplay itself. That's not to say the gameplay isn't fun. There's still like lots of cool things you can just do, talking to people and reversing time and talking to them again, and lots of cool different puzzles you do while controlling time as well. And the decisions you make really feel like they impact how you interact with characters or how you discover new things. And there's so many things you can just miss as well that you don't need to get, but when you do find them, and half an hour later when you're talking to someone and what you've discovered is useful, it just feels so good. If I could only recommend you play one game this year, or I guess play next year since this year's almost over, it would be this game. Buy the first episode, play it. If you don't want to buy the rest of the episodes when you're done that, you should probably go see a doctor. So those are my top 5 games for this year. I'm sure there are tons of games that I didn't have time to play or I just don't even know exist. And I'm sure you probably don't agree with most of what I said, but like I said at the beginning, this is just my top 5 games. So let me know what your top 5 games are. Maybe I'll check them out. I'm sure we could have a nice, respectful chat about each of our decisions, or you can just turn on caps lock and yell about how dumb I am. I don't really care. Anyways, I hope your gaming year was just as good as mine or better, and I'm really looking forward to the stuff to come next year. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.